What is up, everyone? Movie We're back again with another review, and this is going to be for the 2021 Disney animated studio movie Raya and the Last Dragon, and this is directed by Don Hall and Carlo Lopez Estrada, and this stars Kellie Tran and Awkwafina. Now this tells the story of Raya, a young warrior who is on a path to find the world's last dragon in order to save the planet from a dark force. Now there is much more to the story there, I just couldn't explain it all in one mouthful. But this is one of the best concepts I've seen Disney come up with. It's one of the most creative things I've seen them do. And we know in the past that they've come up with some pretty good imaginative ideas. However, this just felt like a fresh change up for the studio, and it's one of the best things I've seen them do in a long time. Now this is such a great adventure movie. We are taken to many parts of this world that Disney have created here, as Raya needs to go to all these different kingdoms in order to find a piece of an enchanted stone that each one of these kingdoms possesses, and she needs to put this stone back together in order to save mankind itself. And it just felt like a big open world video game to me, you know, when you're playing them and you just come across all these different locations and keep finding new things, but one that you watch instead of playing, really. And it was just nice to go on this big epic journey through this vast realm that we're just put right into here. Now the title of this film is of course Raya and the Last Dragon, and the two characters within this title name were absolutely incredible, especially Sisu the water dragon. I just want to talk about Raya as the main protagonist first. She has all the character traits within her personality that young viewers will probably look up to. She's kind, caring, and always putting others first. But on the other hand, she has the strength and courage to get this world out of this sort of limbo that it's stuck in. I thought Disney got her nailed down to lead this film so well, and me as a viewer attached myself to that character straight away. However, the best and most positive thing about this film for me was the character of Sisu. She kind of reminded me of the genie from Aladdin. Now, I don't think she's going to be as celebrated or as memorable as him, but she just had this larger-than-life personality, and she's not the sharpest tool in the box, so it just brought so much fun to every scene she was in. She was so entertaining, and the excellent voice work provided by Awkwafina just give her even more character. And she sort of shapeshifts into this human at times. One minute she's a dragon, and the next minute she's this young girl with this crazy hairstyle. I loved her, and like I said, the best thing about this film for me. Now, of course, I have to mention the animation. Wow, how do you even top this? I just feel like every Disney movie gets better and better, and that is understandable as time goes on, but I feel like if it gets more real than this, we won't even need actors one day. Now, I am joking there, of course, but the imagination, the colour, the detail that has gone into this world to bring it alive, and also these characters, is just 10 out of 10, honestly. It's hard to get much better than this. Perfectly pristine. The characters are also helped here massively, the way they move, the facial detail that has gone into them, and if you put that together with some excellent voice work that is provided in this movie, like I've said, you've got a match made in heaven. Now there's also a few hand-drawn animation scenes thrown into the mix here that tell a bit of backstory and give a bit of a history to Kamundra itself. That's the fantasy world that we're living in this movie. And it was a nice change of visual style at times. They don't overstay the welcome, they're only a few seconds here and there. And I feel like Disney were just giving a little bit of nod to the viewers there, saying, hey, everything we did used to be hand-drawn, you know. Maybe they were testing the waters as well, saying we'd like to do another hand-drawn animated movie. And if they went down this route, I'd be up for it, because it looked fantastic in this film. And after this great journey we've been on, Disney just ended this film on a perfect note. I've seen them do it so many times before, and this is no exception. They're just the masters of ending movies, man. I had to mention it because it was one of my most memorable and favourite parts of Raya and the Last Dragon. Now, because we're put into this big imaginative world straight away with all these different locations, kingdoms, characters, all the history of Kamundra, I do feel like Raya and the Last Dragon suffers a tiny bit from a pacing issue. And what I mean by that is I feel like this film could have been about 15 or 20 minutes longer, because a lot is thrown at you straight away and there's not much breathing room. It's not a complicated movie to understand. In fact, it's easier than you think. But every single scene moves this very sizable story along, and you have to really keep up because there's just so much happening, so much to take in. And it's not a big negative at all. I just feel like this could have been tweaked a little bit. Now there's a couple of side characters here too who just didn't do too much for me. I don't know if it's because I loved Raya and Sisu that much, but one of them, for example, is a young toddler who's very clever and deceiving, and I just wasn't buying that at all. There's a young boy who sails the boat for this group of characters. Yeah, just didn't do much for me. He was kind of wasted. They're not bad characters, but not ones you're going to remember when the movie finishes. Now, there was a certain story aspect in the third act there that kind of didn't make sense to me. I don't know if I missed it, but I had to go and look it up. And even when I looked it up, I was like, really? It felt like it kind of made the rules up just to tie everything together there. And it felt like a lazy bit of writing in a somewhat impressive script. But I can't stay too mad. Like I said earlier, the final scenes of this film were great. However, I had such a fantastic time with this film. I was kind of looking forward to it anyway, because it's the big first AAA release of 2021, isn't it? We're not including Tom and Jerry in that. But what Disney served up here delighted me. I mean, I was so satisfied with this movie, and I would definitely go back and watch this again for sure. I'm just going to go ahead and rate this movie now. I'm going to give Raya and the Last Dragon an 8.5 out of 10. Definitely my favourite film of 2021 so far. Okay guys, I always like to end these reviews with a little fun fact. Now, a fun fact for Raya and the Last Dragon is that this is Disney's 59th animated movie and the first of the 2020s. Okay guys, hope you all enjoyed this review. If you want to subscribe, it's up to yourself. We've got a lot more reviews coming, lots more videos, and if you want to comment about Raya and the Last Dragon, leave it down below and I will reply to every single one of you, I promise. Take it all easy guys. See you all in the next video.